This video series is sponsored by my light novel series 2112. Click on the link in the description to order your copy today.
Zeta? It's a letter in the Greek alphabet used in many scientific fields such as quantum chemistry, physics, fluid dynamics, and astronomy. Is that why Tomino chose that for the title? There are many fan theories as to why Tomino chose the word Zeta for the sequel to Mobile Suit Gundam. I'm willing to bet money that Tomino chose that word because the Z in Zeta looks like a 2. That's one way of looking at it. Another theory is that the value of Zeta in the Greek numerical system is 7, which is the amount of years passed between the end of Mobile Suit Gundam and the current anime we're reviewing right now. Any more I should know about? Just a couple more on my part. Lay it on me then. In a more esoteric lens, Zeta represents the pulse of life, linked to higher powers that shape existence itself. That tracks, given that the first Gundam anime introduced the idea of the new type, aka people with
useless ass psychic powers!
mild spoiler alert, the sequel expands on the concept of the new types. In continuation of its Greek roots, Zeta is also connected to Zeus, king of the Olympians and Greek god of lightning. I can see it. I mean, the shape of Zeta resembles a lightning bolt. And the lightning bolt is associated to life to a certain degree. Ah, like Victor Frankenstein and the creature. Yes. For the Hebrew culture, Zeta is connected to peace, light, and warmth, all connected to the pulse of life. Is that what Tomino had in mind when he developed the idea for the sequel? So far, no official word has been given as to why Tomino named the series that way, so everything we just discussed is pure speculation. But you have to admit, everything we just discussed seems to line up with the thematic elements that started in the first Gundam anime. You're not wrong, but remember, correlation does not equal causation. Fair enough. Back to production then, happily. However, here we go again. Just bear with me. An aspect of Mobile Suit Gundam we never got to discuss is the music. Actually, yeah, part of me felt like we missed something when we talked about the first Gundam anime. No time like the present then. The music in the first anime was created by Takeo Watanabe, who composed the opening and ending theme songs, and Yushi Matsuyama, who wrote the insert songs. Both compose all the background music you hear in every episode. Well, what about the compilation movies then? Oh, they return for the films as well. And quite frankly, it outshines the TV soundtrack in my opinion. What's the difference exactly? The music in the TV anime just does its job to establish the tone of the scenes. But credit is due, there are some pieces of music from the TV soundtrack I do listen to because they honestly stand out better than the rest. For the movies, though, they really try to match the style of John Williams. Oh, wow. Something I forgot to mention earlier. Star Wars played a significant factor in the creation of Mobile Suit Gundam. The space colony concept and Star Wars were very much an influence on me. In fact, you could say that the basis for the whole Gundam drama. I already had the story outline done when the movie was released, and frankly, I felt extremely frustrated and bitter. In the United States, a film like Star Wars could be made in live action, whereas in Japan, we were in a position, or I was in a position, where I had to make my story in robot animation. And I don't particularly like robot animation. Thanks a lot, George Lucas. The music within the compilation movies enhanced the remastered feel of the animation, emphasizing the core themes of Gundam, which are anti-war, correct? Correct. A little ironic, don't you think? The music? Something else entirely. Tomino created Gundam to be an anti-war anime. Yes? What are you getting at exactly? Don't you think it's a little off that an anime franchise with an anti-war message funds itself with model kits of its war machines? Believe it or not, Tomino actually acknowledges the contradiction, but I want to stay focused on what we're talking about. Future video? Pretty much. Got a point there. So, did the composers you mentioned return for Zeta Gundam? Unfortunately, no. The production staff instead was Shigeaki Saigusa, who previously composed on anime such as the 1980 version of Astro Boy and Ninja Man Ippei. He would later stay on as the composer for Gundam for the rest of the 1980s. Sounds like the 1980s were quite the time to be alive for otaku.